Welcome into today's resilience episode. I typically would start out with giving you the title and the general construct or context for this episode. But today, I want to start a little bit differently. Not really differently, I've done it before, where really I have no specified topic for this discussion today. But as you may have discerned or heard in the other episodes, but letting you in on maybe some background information on these episodes from me. I typically do not write out any script. I can't follow any script at all. An outline, some notes on the back of an envelope or a napkin, or maybe some tickler words or ideas to touch on in a certain episode. But like today, for this one, I have nothing literally in mind, which is how I like it. People that know me or have spent time with me for a length of period, they will hear and know and probably disregard when I tell them that I do not think. Now, from my actions in hospital visits and marriages and divorces and jobs here and there, you might think, yeah, you didn't think about that, did you? But in all seriousness, I know we're given credit for thinking our way through, for example, high school or college or latest test or challenge at the job, or even in our personal relationships. We typically think that we think through a problem. Now, if you have not spent time with me in other episodes, you might find it hard to believe, but you've had a chance to look at other episodes, you'll see a recurring theme that I propose to you, and I fully accept this as part of my journey, is that not only do I not think, you out there really do not think. And I've cited many times that book called 3 Magic Words that answered a quest or a search I've been on for decades. Probably since I was, 10 or 11. I want to know, where does thought come from? How does thought get formed? How does it gestate? How does it get nurtured or natured and then brought forward in some sort of an action, idea, concept, or words? And I want to know that, even to the point where maybe as a young, weird child, I recall very clearly, and even to this day, I have this, thirst or search to want to know what that person in that car 2 lanes over, what he's thinking, what he's saying. And if there's more than one person in that car, I want to know what the conversation is going on in that car. I know that's totally weird. You even have that kind of thought when you're driving down the highway. But not that I want to be able to mind read people or, reach into their mind and see what they're doing. But in many ways, although it sounds counterintuitive, I don't want to read or reach into anybody's mind, but I do want to get closer to your heart. I do want to not find a way. Maybe a better way to put that is to connect to that avenue, that pipeline, that aura, that ether, whatever it is that connects my heart to yours. Because again, if you have a chance to review a few other episodes, and sometimes you can discern them from the titles, but in many cases I am referencing that commonality that we all have, not as short or as fat or as slow that I am like you. You're probably taller, smarter, have more stuff than I do. But the commonality I'm talking about is really at the essence of these episodes. Every episode is about resilience. Because that quality that I have said before is something that we all have, each and every one of us, regardless of your upbringing, your parenting or lack thereof, your school, your job, your relationships, your status or stature in life. This thing we all have, this quality called resilience. And I went further to offer you some definitions, my definitions, that I'm not asking you to adapt or to adopt, only for you to consider them as maybe reference points. And only and also to guide you down this path that you're already on, but with a perspective on resilience. I've said many times before, many people out there who are at PhD and above levels that can talk in depth about this thing I'm talking about called resilience. They might explain it with more elegance and eloquence. But I'm trying to relate to you from really a common dude that I am. I've done nothing special in his life. Unique to me, yes, but also how you live your life is very unique to you. And so when I say commonality, I don't mean that we become part of the herd or the groupthink or the status quo. No, in no way do I ever want to infer that. What I'm suggesting to you is to embrace, define, and be able to not describe to me or to the crowd out there, to yourself, what makes you you? What drives you? And before that drive comes into play for definition purposes, I am asking you also to discern your discipline, to embrace it, or to produce it. What is the discipline you can use to serve your drive? And before that drive and that discipline, what is your desire? Not the base level of things you want to get, eat, do, or mate with. No, the raw desire that feeds into your discipline, that feeds into your drive, that then should reflect the other definition of this episode and every episode, your beauty. And in that beauty, as I've said in the book itself, resilience, the beauty of presence. One more time. Summary, quick reintroduction. Resilience is just simply the beauty of presence. Stay current. Stay present. And no matter where you are in this world, please remember, it is always 8:20.